Before there was Xbox versus PlayStation, there was one rivalry that topped them all. The 16-bit console war. The Super Nintendo versus the Sega Genesis. These two systems went head-to-head in the early 90s and created a sharp divide in America's gaming youth. And they were both pretty successful. The Sega Genesis had a 2-year head start on the Super Nintendo and based its marketing around its ultra-fast processor. They called this blast processing. Now, the Super Nintendo didn't have the speed that the Genesis had, but it did have Mode 7 rendering, something the Genesis couldn't do. Mode 7 rendering is just a fancy term for an early 3D technology that Nintendo developed. Because of this technology, Nintendo was able to create games like Donkey Kong Country and Mario Kart. These games had good graphics for their time and had a slick three-dimensional look, and helped Nintendo compete with their newest 32-bit rival, the Sony PlayStation. But instead of developing better games for the Genesis, Sega poured way too much money into the 32X and the Sega CD. These were add-ons to the Genesis, neither of which did very well, and as a result, Nintendo began to pull ahead and eventually win the console war. Now, for all of us who were around during those times, we can remember just how crazy it was.
Oh, dude, what are you playing?
Dude, check it out. This is Sega Genesis. This is called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh,
it's like Mario on freaking crack, dude.
Sega Genesis, dude, Super NES is so much better.
No way, man. This has blast processing.
What the heck is that?
I have no clue. These games are so freaking fast.
Dude, Super NES has Mode 7 rendering. That makes them look sweet.
What does it do?
I don't know, but they're sweet. Sounds good.
Mode 7 rendering sounds gay.
Dude, you're gay.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
Your mom.
You had your die-hard Nintendo fans, and you had your die-hard Sega fans. But I think the people who were the smartest were the ones who learned to enjoy both systems for what they had to offer. Both systems had good games, and both systems had bad games. Each system was unique and different in a good way, and they both brought something positive to the gaming world. The same is true in our everyday lives. People are all unique and different in a good way, and we all bring something positive to the world around us. We all have our good moments, and we all have our bad moments. Just because you may not like somebody, or you may not agree with what they think, doesn't mean they're any less valuable. And just like the designers of Nintendo and Sega spent a long time to make their systems just right, God spent a long time designing us and making us unique and special. We are all valuable because God created us and loves us. So much hurt goes on in the world around us by people who hate others just because they're different than they are. But different is good. Don't judge people based on superficial things. You're only limiting yourself and you might miss out on something really special.